right now. This thing is too big, and and at that point they cried out to God in their slavery and said, God, save us, all right. And God sent a dude named Moses, who walks into town and says, we're getting out of here. And they went, whoa, we prayed, that happened. Amazing. Cool, let's go. But God had to show them who was in charge, and He had to give the Egyptian people the chance to follow Him. And they went through this whole series of plagues. We talked about that back at the beginning of the summer. You can catch up, the whole sermon series is on podcast. Take you a while, but it's all there. And God takes them out through these bunch of miraculous stuff where He goes head to head with the Egyptian culture and religion and systematically kicks spiritual butt over the Egyptians, until they're heading out free, and they're heading out going, it is well with our soul, man, our God is awesome. Until they come up and God brings them to the Red Sea in front of them, and a wall on either side, mountains on either side, and they see the Egyptian army coming behind them, and suddenly they're caught in fear again, and they're looking, and they're standing once again in that shopping cart aisle, going, where are you, God? Why are you left us? We can't see you right now. And God parts the water, and they walk through on dry ground going, whoa, yeah, it's good. It's well with my soul. Yes. And they get out to the other side, and they get out into the wilderness, and they start realizing we don't have water, we're thirsty, and they're going, God, what are you doing? And God provides them water. We're hungry, and God provides them Krispy Kreme. It's called manna in the Bible. If you don't believe me, go into the podcast. You can hear my exegesis on that. God provides food for them till now. They're standing at the bottom of this mountain where God comes down with lightning and thunder, and they're like, whoa. Whoa. And God starts speaking the 10 promises, the 10 commandments, the series that we've been on, the 10 promises of a new life. This weekend we're on promise number 10, Exodus 20, chapter 20, verse 17. Take your Bibles, it's the second book of the Bible, open it up. Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. Just into your Bible. About that much for me. Exodus 20, verse 17. The last of these promises of a new life. You must not covet your neighbor's house. Now remember, as we talked about this, these are written in Hebrew, the original language, as promises. They are written as emphatic promises. Not just commands, but emphatic promises. So this is a promise to you. You're not going to covet your neighbor's house. I didn't want that piece of trash anyway. You're not going to covet your neighbor's wife. Who'd want to? Male or female servant, ox or donkey, or anything else that belongs to your neighbor. You are not going to covet that stuff that's not yours. And this is really the most interesting commandment that there is. I mean, how do you accuse someone of breaking the 10th commandment? You have coveted. I mean, if you kill somebody, Dottie, if Dottie goes on a rampage with the congas after church today and bludgeons someone to death with a bongo, there will be evidence. We will be able to convict in a court of law and say, we have 100 witnesses that saw you take a drum and beat Donnie down. Donnie, I never knew. You're some big guy. How could that happen? It's okay to resist against elderly women if they're beating you with a drum. I'm just going to go out here. Donnie, we have a recovery ministry, and you really don't need to deal with these killing issues with drums. Take someone from a conservative church, put them on the drums, you never know what's going to happen to them. There is something evil about those drums. We can see that happen, and we can convict it and say, look, this happened, but how do you deal with this coveting thing? Yeah, you're coveting.